Good morning, everybody. Welcome again to the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keagan Jewell. I'm your host, Keagan Jewell. I'd like to say just welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Here we're all about coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. What that means, whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple, Google, watching on YouTube, whatever it is, wherever it is, make sure you hit that subscribe, follow button. You get a notification every single Monday. We'll come out with a new episode. We're coming together to reach our full potential. I believe we all have a purpose. We all have a calling, and each and every week we can get closer to that calling, or maybe even go further into that calling. Just a matter of how are we going to do that. And together we dive into different topics, talk to different people, all about how to do this in our lives, find purpose, find calling, continue in our purpose, and continue in our calling. That being said, let's get into this week's episode of the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keagan Jewell, where we are coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. Good morning again, everybody. Monday Motivation Podcast with Keagan Jewell. I'm your host, Keagan Jewell. And again, just thank you guys, whether it's your first time tuning in or you've been following and been tuning in since the beginning. Just thank you for checking us out this morning again. The Monday Motivation Podcast with Keagan Jewell. This week's topic really comes from many conversations that I've been having with many different people, really this last couple weeks, because, I really feel like we're hitting that time with this pandemic, this time with stuff going on, and not just with the pandemic, but just in general. I think that I know I've had a lot of conversations with people that have been doing so many things and feel like they're doing so many things out of just because they have to. They feel like they're supposed to, so they do it, or they feel like they have to do it, so they do it. And really, some of these people, I know it's been taking a toll on them. And I know for a couple, it's been said, I really felt like just kind of letting go. I really didn't feel like getting it done or doing it. But, I felt like I was obligated to and I had to. So I went ahead and just kept doing it. And let me get this straight. Let me put this straight. Many of these, if not all of them, aren't like things where it's, work things, you had to be doing it. No, like some of these have been passions that they've been doing on the side, or these just other things in life that have come up that they've been doing, hobbies, different things like that. But it really got me thinking, like, when we don't find a balance in life, it can really cause this unbalance, obviously, in life, where we go and we're doing things, but then it's again out of necessity, like out of obligation, not because we want to, or we have a passion and a desire still to do it and we want to do it, but no, it's like, I feel obligated to do this. I feel like I have to do this, which isn't really good. So then it brings the question, how do we find balance in life? Best way to find balance in life. And really, first of all, comes with creating a schedule. Really, if you don't have a schedule, create one, whether it's using, something on your phone or writing it out the day before, like each day, spending time the day before going, okay, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to get done. But create a schedule for yourself and create a consistent schedule. When you don't have a consistent schedule, it's going to really just throw you off, because each day you're waking up going, okay, these are all the things I have to get done, but we'll see what happens. Or you feel like you absolutely just, again, out of obligation or, all that. So if you create a schedule, it'll help you stay on top of things and help you see, okay, I've got time for this week or today, but I can push it tomorrow because, I've got that. So I really say creating a schedule is key to finding balance in life. The other thing is creating a list of items that you need to do. But as you create this list, create really a priority list of the things that absolutely have to get done that next day. Put at the top of that list, right? That way, as you go and you get into that next thing, you've got that schedule, you're going, okay, these are the things I absolutely need to get done. And it shows you what's important and what has to get done. And some of those, yes, will be job stuff, and probably going to be work things, job things. And so it's going to be just, you have to do it. So yes, there's that necessity and obligation. But how this fits into with creating a schedule is when you create a schedule, you see, okay, from this time to this time, I have work. Or from this time to this time, I have things that I absolutely have to get done. But then I have this free time that I can do whatever I want, whether that's rest, take a nap, obviously get some food, because that is something we also need. But then you're also to take, okay, this free time I'm going to use that, and I'm going to spend it on these other things, right? And so then when it comes time, you go, okay, these are the things, again, there's that list. Here are the things that I can do and I could do. Which of these do I really feel like? And also just know that the things that you're doing, if it's not like priority necessity, like work or something that absolutely cannot be passed up one other minute, or one other day, like those side things that you do that are, just come from your passions. One, if you're passionate about it, it makes it a little bit easier. And we've talked about it here before. If you're passionate about things, then chances are it'll help you find your purpose, and may have to do with some of that calling. Because really, once you've found your calling, again, specifically speaking of those that have that calling and found your calling, once you have found that calling, the big thing you're going to have to realize too is many times that calling, that purpose that we've got, that we have figured out and we've found in life, needs to also be built up outside of just those hours specified for it, right? You can't just go and expect to just be able to learn. If someone wants to learn how to cook, they can't just, hope to learn how to cook just by sitting there. And I mean, sometimes people are just going to have to learn how to cook because out of necessity so they can live. But I think of so many people that have come up with different things. Think of people that have started businesses. They didn't just start a business because it's, okay, you know what, here's this time that I'm going to set aside to work on that, or I have to work on it. No, they went, and in their spare time, they spent time on that. They spent their craft. Think of an athlete. The ones that make it big, make it to the pros. They're not just going to sports practice in high school and growing up going, okay, that's enough. No, they're spending time and hours outside of that. A musician isn't just spending time in band class, music class, and then that's it. No, they spent hours working on their craft. An artist, spending so much time on their craft. Whatever it is you feel called to, whatever you have passion about and you feel purpose towards, it's going to be important to work on that in your spare time. But also, you can't work on it so much that you feel like you absolutely have to, and it's obligation. No, take a look at yourself. Say, you know what? I'm not in a place right now where I really feel like I can do this and do it well. Because that's where the finding balance comes in. You have to go and say, okay, is this pros and cons really of me spending all this extra time working on this? Pro, I'm going to get better. I'm going to improve. Con, I'm going to lose out on some much needed rest that I need. Also, a con may be that it's going to be times not spent at your best and your fullest potential working on it. So it's not going to help at all. And it's going to hurt the journey in that. Be willing to take rest. Be willing to rest. Be willing to take a deep breath, to step away from everything, and just to take some time off if you need it. There's a reason that jobs only go for so many hours, right? Because even employers realize that it's productivity is going to be better if they give you time off, so you're not just being worked and burnt down into the ground. Now, sometimes that still happens. Sometimes that does happen, and those are times we have to fight through it and figure things out. But, we can't run consistently. If I go and I'm driving my car and it's constantly getting closer and closer to empty, I can't expect my car to run if it's on E for miles and miles and miles and miles on end. Sooner or later, it's going to run out of gas. My car's going to be out of gas on the side of the road, and I'm going to need help. finding balance in life is key, because finding balance allows you to take rest, to gain energy, to be able to pour into that. Because if you're just go, 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 go all the time, you're never going to have energy to really, truly pour into these passions that you have. So when it comes to finding balance in life, be willing to take some rest. Listen to your body, right? Listen to your body, drink water. Sometimes it's just a matter of diet change too. That can bring a balance in life. You always feel tired, diet change. Look at ways that you can things of your lifestyle that you can change that is going to benefit you and your body and your soul, to help improve energy and just help you see things a lot clearer. Because that's also going to help find balance as well. And that's that as we go on, that goes into a topic that, quite frankly, I am not really trained or really have expertise in that area. And hopefully we'll be able to talk to someone on the podcast about even that area. Find balance in life, though. Because when you find balance, those things you're passionate about, you're going to see so much more passion for them. That's going to help you go further into your calling or closer to your calling. Because you're going to have energy, and that passion is going to be able to build because you have that energy and you're able to fully invest in it in a positive way. It's going to be going up and improving instead of just doing it out of obligation and really just doing it to get it done, which many times is just hurting the cause. So go take some time off, rest when you have time to rest. Maybe change your diet a little bit, or go out, enjoy the nice weather, hopefully where it's at, get some sun, go for a walk. Find balance in life, though. Find balance in life, and again, prioritize. What are the things that have to get done that are, top priority work, whatever it is? What are the things that I could let go a day or two here and there so that so I don't feel exhausted, worn out all the time? Because you're worn out, it doesn't matter how passionate about something you are. If you are exhausted, worn out, you're not going to be able to give that your full attention, and you're just going to feel exhausted and worn down the entire time, and that's not going to be beneficial either. So find balance in life to help fuel that passion, fuel that calling that you've got on your life. So that's what we've got this week. Thank you again for checking out the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keagan Jewell. We're coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. Feel free to reach out, on social media. If you're on Instagram, at Monday Motivation Podcast. But just, let me know if these are helpful. I'd love to hear stories of how this podcast has impacted you, helped you grow further into that purpose and that calling, or even closer to your purpose and your calling. So again, feel free to check us out next week. Hit that subscribe, hit that follow button. But until then, again, it's the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keagan Jewell, where we're coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential.